You can't put your hand under the ball and continue to dribble. Sub, Liam. Can you get in there?
He ain't leaking like that. He just got a cut. When I came down to get the rebound it.
You don't get blood without cut. Liam, can you cut somebody and there's no blood? Where you come up with this? Can you cut anybody and there's no blood? Where do you see that at? Let me cut you and you're not gonna bleed. It's contaminated now. It's not. What? It's on his shirt. Now his shirt is contaminated. It is. Because those are the rules. If there's blood, bring out the gloves and bring out the clothes. The shirt's got to go. There's blood somewhere. I need a bag. I need a hazmat bag.
A hazmat
stuff.
Hazmat. See, and that's why you got dumped on a lot.
We need that. Cross contamination. You're gonna get salmonella poisons.
I'm just curious.
You've seen enough to know when there's blood on the court, you have to get it up.
We got it up. There's no blood on the court. That's the point. Huh?
Where's the blood? Who got it up? What's he holding that thing on the nose?
Because when he got hit,
I'll take Liam out there with me right now. Well, y'all go out there and lose. We'd be in there 20 or whatever, and he scored the last two. I get 18, he get 2. Okay.
watch this. All right.
How long have they been out there?
Look.
Look. Yeah, now we're live. You know, he talking all this mess about, oh, I can score 16 points. Well, you didn't score 16 points in a season.
Not in the season opener, but in the season I did.
Well, people believe me. They thought I could dunk on you. They said if we play one-on-one, I would win. People were saying that. They did. People said that. They said I would win.
Say that.
They said I would win.
I believe you.
That's what I'm saying. Most people. There's a
whole lot of people that believe in the Easter Bunny.
Look, there was a poll taken.
And Santa Claus.
Liam, tell him there was a poll taken, and they said, who do you think is going to win, Dr. Cotton or this old guy sitting next to him? Oh, this old out of shape ex-NBAer. And they said
he also thought that shot was going in.
I didn't think that.
He thought it was.
And
I guarantee you, when he shot it, he thought it was going in.
Look, I told you who was going to win the 4-point shooting contest, and I was right. You was wrong.
You said that guy that was in the video game place.
I don't recall any of that.
Yeah, I was talking smack. You beat him in pickleball, and you said, but he's going to win the 4-point shootout. That's what you told me.
I did not say that.
You said he was going to win it.
Didn't even
qualify?
Do you have any video that says I said that?
He didn't even qualify. And you said he's going to win.
He did qualify. He qualified for the final round.
He made 3 out of 10 shots.
No, he made 4. You talking about? No, he made 4.
No.
Look, all I know is Drake made 10 for 10. 10 for 10. And you ain't never did that. You ain't never made 10 for 10 free throws.
You know what? That's an individual accolade, isn't it?
I don't think
they lost the game.
I don't think
they lost the game, didn't they? See, I'm more of a team.
We
win championships.
I don't think you
I don't go for individual.
I don't think you've ever made 10 for 10 layups.
I don't need 10 for 10 layups. I need wins. That's what I want. I want wins.
But people expect you to
win. People expect me to win, and that's what I do.
But if you're not making baskets, layups,
thank heaven I'm part of a good team. Because when I miss mine, my teammates rebound.
Oh, man.
See, that's the part that you're failing to realize. A lot of individual accolades being tossed around.
I'm not talking about individual. I know what it's about winning.
Going 10 for 10, winning an individual shooting contest.
Okay.
We're playing a team sport.
You do understand that the last tournament we had, Drake's team did win. Okay? They did win it.
No, I didn't. They lost.
Yes, no, they lost this last one, but before that, they won.
I remember a coach, a very good coach, Phil Jackson, Greg Popovich, Mike Krzyzewski, those type of coaches, those great coaches, they always tell players, you're only as good as your last game. The last game that those guys played, they lost.
They did.
Yeah, so you're only as good as your last game. So if they walked in right now, I'd say, what did you do your last game? And they would say, oh, we lost. I wouldn't call them a loser, but they did lose.
They did lose.
Yeah, so as of now, they're losers.
So what you're saying is going 10 for 10
means absolutely nothing if you lose the game.
Come on now.
But Tom Brady is my favorite football player.
Okay.
They ran the table in the NFL but lost the Super Bowl. So what's the point in going? The Miami Dolphins ran the table and they won the Super Bowl. Now that's what you call winning. That's all I'm saying. Chicago Bulls won 72 games and won the NBA championship after those 72 games.
Grant,
the Golden State Warriors, for you young people like yourself who ride on the bandwagon, they won 73
bandwagon.
They won 73 regular season games.
I'm older than you,
but they lost.
But
the
let me look. Okay. You're talking about what? You're talking about championships. Okay, I don't see a ring on your finger. Where's your ring?
I don't just walk around with it. My ring's in my jewelry box.
Okay, from what team?
From the Eastern Michigan Hurons.
No. Eastern Michigan Hurons. I'm talking about an NBA championship ring.
How come it can't be a college championship ring? Why does it have to be NBA?
Why are you changing the rules?
I'm not changing. I'm saying winning is winning. If you win a championship, I won a championship.
How long? So have I.
What championship did you win?
Military.
Okay, then you're a champion. That's good.
Then. But that's not
what racquetball? What?
No, basketball. No, not racquetball. Well, I do have a medal.
So when you carried the water to those guys,
okay.
They gave you a ring for that?
Grant, you know what? I remember when you
How
lost
heavy-
here,
how heavy
your
was
team
water
lost. Your team lost here in Port Huron, Michigan. Okay, when you were still in the NBA.
They made a movie about you called The Water Boy.
Okay. Okay, I see now. I see now.
They do give rings for the guys who carry the water.
Okay,
so you're a champion.
Look, you guys were favored to win the Gus Macker. Okay, you were still a young man.
Why
then.
were we favored?
Because they had you on the team.
DraftKings wasn't around back then, so we couldn't have been favored.
Because they had you
We couldn't have been
on the
favored.
team. NBA, okay, first player taken in the second round, the NBA, starting for the Miami Heat.
Wow.
It was packed.
Michael Jordan and Wilt Chamberlain, both phenomenal players, were favored a lot of times, but they still lost.
No.
Yeah, they lost.
No. Last.
There's 82 games in the regular season. The Chicago Bulls won 72 of them, which means they lost 10 times.
What did you tell me?
They lost 10 times.
What did you tell me about Weems when he was playing? If he wanted an NBA player, G League, NBA, that want to take over this game, you said a pro will take it over. Okay? He took it over. He took it over. Why didn't you take the game over?
Didn't
Y'all
want to.
lost. Oh,
I wanted to make somebody's story. I wanted to give somebody a lifelong memory. Those people that won that game, do you know right now they're probably 70 years old and they're telling their friends and grandkids and saying, you know what? When I was a young whippersnapper, I beat an NBA player.
so you're a
I would
loser.
not deprive
So
them
you
of that memory.
So you lost on purpose.
I didn't say I lost on purpose. What I did was granted somebody a lifelong memory.
How do you come up with this language?
I granted them a
This
lifelong
language does
memory.
not. Oh, we're back. Nice. Oh, nice shot. Let's see something here. We have. Nice shot. Oh, somebody moved that ball.
These boys are tired.
Yeah, already?
Of course. Don't ever let anybody tell you that basketball is a non-contact sport. It's very much.
It is.
It's a lot of contact. There was a foul that just took place. Apparently the referee's swallowing the whistle.
Well, it's not a ref.
Why is he standing there?
He's coaching.
He's coaching his team to foul and not get calls.
Well, you just said it is a contact sport.
Yeah, but I mean, if a guy just slices his hand, you gotta call, stop the play.
I mean, it's got to be something. It's got to be a foul. See, that's a foul. That's a foul.
It was carried 3 times before the foul.
Where do you come up with all this carrying stuff?
Let me explain something to you.
Yeah, okay, here we go.
I'm what they call a defensive specialist.
Oh,
I didn't say that. I'm not self-proclaiming that. That's just what I've been labeled as.
you've been labeled a defensive specialist?
Yes.
Okay, who did you guard?
So I'm what they call a proactive defensive specialist, not a reactive.
Okay.
Which means I tell the offensive player where I want him to go. Here's a perfect example of being a proactive defensive player. If I'm dribbling the ball and I put my hand under the ball, that signals to the defender that I can no longer dribble if my hand is under the ball. I have to either gather it, make a pass, or shoot it. But as you see out here, people are putting their hand under the ball and continuing to dribble. That puts the defense at a disadvantage if you're not going to call that, because you're not supposed to be able to continue your dribble if your hand is underneath the ball.
Okay, how many times in the NBA did they do that? Still, players.
Now, that's a great point that you bring up. That's a great point that you bring up.
Okay.
There's a lot of people that robbed banks and stole out of stores that didn't get caught.
Where do you come up with these analogies?
They didn't get caught. But does that make it right?
Liam, are you listening to this?
Does that make it right? Because they didn't get caught?
But they
There's
do
a
it.
lot of guys in the NBA that do
They
it.
do
but
it
that
all-
doesn't make. Does that make it right? Because
I'm not
they didn't make
saying
the
that.
call?
I'm not saying they, but they don't call it that often.
But does that make it right?
I'm not saying they make it right.
Okay, so it's still a violation. And what
Okay,
I'm telling you is that
see-
it puts the defense at
see-
a disadvantage.
Okay, you just told me you were a defensive specialist.
That is correct.
Okay, and I've watched you play. I didn't see you stop anybody.
Really?
No.
I've got a list of people that I stopped.
Stop. When when you say stopped, define stop. Somebody score 40, under 40.
If somebody averaged 20, they didn't get their 20 on me. That's defined as stop.
Okay.
I'll give you another definition of stop.
Go ahead.
Say, for instance, a guy is averaging 22 points, and let's just say he got his 22 points, but
Okay.
it took him 19 shots to get 22 points. That's a very, very good defensive job, and that's the kind of guy that I was. You might get 20, but it's going to take you 18 shots to get it.
Well, let me ask a question. Were you drafted for your defense?
Well, here's the thing about that. I was drafted because I was a complete player all around. I could offense, defense, rebound, pass. I could do everything. I was what they call in baseball a 5-tool player.
A 5-tool player.
Yeah, I could do it all. So I wasn't drafted just on
You
one
couldn't
thing.
dribble. I saw you.
Oh, absolutely, I could dribble.
Not
better than most.
Not well.
Better than most. So that's a misconception. That you don't need to dribble well. You just you need to be able to dribble to get to where you want to go. And I was very proficient at that. No, I couldn't dribble between my legs 35 times or behind my back, but last I checked, that didn't get you anywhere. You got to go towards. You got to be going somewhere with your dribble. I got to where I needed to go with my dribble.
So tell me why you weren't drafted in the first round.
Because there were a lot of idiots who were in the NBA at that time who had no idea of what great talent was.
Oh, so you were a great talent.
So I'll give you another example. I always have substantial evidence to back up what I'm saying.
Okay,
I don't just spew this stuff out.
All right, I'd like to hear this evidence.
Michael Jordan went number 2. Sam Bowie went number 1.
Wait.
So what that
the year
would,
you were great?
No. So what that would mean is somebody got that wrong, wouldn't you say?
Okay.
Somebody got that wrong. So
What,
it's not.
what
so
year
it's
were
not
you drafted?
far off to
What
think that
year?
somebody could have got it off of mine.
What year were you drafted?
1988.
Okay, 1988. All right, so you were drafted 88?
1988.
Okay.
You were just a young pup. then.
Yeah, young pup. Okay, 1988. Who was drafted before you? Who's in the Hall of Fame?
No one.
Come on now.
I'm serious. There's no one that was drafted before me that's in the Hall of Fame during my draft. No one.
I don't believe that.
I have no reason to lie.
I didn't say you lied. I just
Pinocchio and I are not friends.
I'm just saying you could be wrong.
I'll give you another. I'm gonna give you an interesting fact because I'm just like I told you. I'm not just spewing stuff out here. I back up what I talk about.
Okay.
In 1988, there were just 3 rounds, which means there was only 75 players taken. Do you know of the 75 players taken, only 5 of them played 15 years or more? I was one of the 5 that played 15 years or more.
And
So,
why is that?
that tells you something, right? That gives you a little bit about me that I could probably play this game pretty good if I played 15 years. Of the 75 guys that were drafted, only 5 of them played 15 years or more. I was one of those 5.
Huh.
And actually could have played longer, but decided to start a second career in broadcasting.
Okay.
So there's my factual evidence that I know what I'm talking about.
Okay. I still do not believe. Okay. You tell me why you were a 32nd player pick, right? 30
Wrong.
what?
33rd player.
Oh, sorry. Okay,
Hey, I don't want you to-
33rd.
I don't want you to-
I was giving you the benefit of the doubt. I thought you were 30.
I don't want to take the place of somebody who was taken 32nd.
Okay,
They've got their moment to shine.
Who was the best player taken in the first round in your draft?
They're saying it was Danny Manning because he was the number 1 pick, so they're saying he was probably the best, but
Okay.
he probably ended up not being the best. But
Okay, what other player?
some of the great minds thought he was.
They did win a title.
No,
College.
in college.
Yeah.
Yeah, but when I told you I won a title in college, you said
You
what
didn't. You won a conference title. You didn't win a national title.
Wait.
You didn't win a. You did not win an NCAA.
Did I say that? I said I won a championship. I didn't say anything about the NCAA championship. I said I won a championship. Did I not? You keep moving the goalposts.
No. Look. A championship, college championship. You can't say you had a conference. You won a conference title. A conference title. Okay? And
So now you want to say title. During the time that I played, I know you were a lot younger than I am.
I'm not a lot younger
We
than
called it a college championship, a conference championship.
That's it. That's all you
A
have.
conference championship?
That's it.
Is it called championship though? Okay, it is championship after you say conference championship, right? So
That's
a championship by any other name is still a championship.
That's weak, man. That's weak.
They handed out
You
trophies
did-
and rings for that. We got them.
You did not win
A conference championship. Yes, I
a
did.
college NCAA. Danny Manning did.
Never said I did.
Danny Manning did.
Never said I did.
Look, if you would have won a college championship, you could have been in one of the top 5 pick.
No, it's a lot of guys that won a college championship that didn't get top 5 pick. Didn't even get drafted.
You played how many years?
15. 15.
Okay.
I don't even think you were in the service that long.
Oh, I was in for 25. So no, you got a ways to catch me.
Oh yeah, but I heard you had that missing in action thing for like 15 of those. They couldn't find you for 15 years.
Like your defense.
I got awards that suggest that I was a heck of a defensive player.
What award? Oh, in college? Again?
Both in college and in the professional ranks.
Dude, you were not playing in the ACC. You didn't play in the Big Ten, okay? The Pac-10 or any of the best, the Big East. You didn't play in any of those.
Well, that's odd that you say that because all of those conferences that the players came out of, I ran circles around them when we got to the NBA.
Oh.
Yeah, I ran circles around them. All the great Duke players that you thought were great.
What did I thought was great?
When they came to the NBA, I ran circles around them. So ACC and all that other kind of stuff. Don't get confused in thinking because they have a big name that they were good.
You played with softer players in the league you were in.
You think so?
They weren't that good.
I played in an era where the bad boys played. I played against Michael Jordan in his prime. I played against Magic
I'm talking about
Johnson
college. I'm talking about college.
Showtime.
I'm talking about college.
So if I didn't play that well, if I played in a soft conference in college, there's no way that I would be able to manage to play 15 years in the NBA. Again, there goes the facts that I try to back up what I say.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
Look. Listen to me. First of all, you said you were in the era of Jordan. Did Jordan dunk on you? Did he dunk on you? Did Michael Jordan dunk on you? Because he dunked on pretty much everybody who was standing underneath the basket, and that's where you usually were, underneath the basket.
I could say honestly no, that Michael Jordan has never dunked on me. Yeah.
Who dunked on Patrick Ewing? Did Patrick Ewing dunk on you?
No, Patrick Ewing.
Oh, come on, man. So nobody dunked on you, huh? How many people dunked on you?
I could probably count on one hand, and if I cut 3 of my fingers off, I probably could do that. So where does that leave me?
What's the most points you've had in the game? Most.
I don't like to remember trivial stats like that, but
here
it was
we
probably
go.
33.
33.
Yeah,
I ain't
just
talking.
around.
I'm not
probably
talking about
33.
college. I'm talking about pro. How many in the pros?
Like I said, I don't remember individual
Oh,
stats,
here
but
we
I would
go.
say 33
Why do you keep going with 33?
because you asked me a question and I said 33.
But you got to at least try to have some evidence.
It was the first time that
Wikipedia,
it was
man.
the first time I scored
Wikipedia.
33 points. I remember that time.
Okay, when? With who?
It was against the Atlanta Hawks, as a matter of fact.
Oh, come on.
Dominique Wilkins and Doc Rivers.
There's no way that Dominique Wilkins let you score 33 points.
At some point, you have to understand, I'm like Novocaine. It's slow, but it works. So maybe the first few quarters, he was nothing that I could do with Dominique Wilkins, but as the time wore on, like Novocaine, I kicked in, I worked. I'll give you an interesting story about those 33 points.
Go ahead. Tell me about these 33 points.
That was
This magic 33 points you had.
That was my first year in the NBA.
Okay.
And I know it was 33 points because as I was walking off the court, the great Dominique Wilkins put his arm around me and said, "You're going to have a great future in this league, man. Keep it up."
Oh, Dominique said that.
That's what he said to me as I was walking off the court as a rookie in the NBA. That was my moment. So when a player, one of the top 75 greatest players of all times, puts his arm around you and tells you that as a rookie, I mean, what else do I need?
And you did do 15 years. All right.
That's all I'm saying.
I'll give you that.
That's all I'm saying.
I'll give you that.
That's all I'm saying.
But see, here's the thing. There's no ring. There's no NBA ring. You're like Charles Barkley.
I'm like Charles Barkley, Patrick
Ewing.
A whole lot of great top 75 all-time players who don't have a ring. So when you think of it that way, if I'm not even in the top 75, not even in the top 100, not even in the top 200, I'm not supposed to have a ring. Those guys are supposed to have a ring. I'm not supposed to have one. There's no shame in that. If I was Charles Barkley, I'd be pretty disappointed.
Wow.
If I was Patrick Ewing, I'd be really sore right now that I don't have a ring. But as the 33rd player taken, I was supposed to be emptying garbage cans for a living. I managed to stretch 15 years.
I can see you
out
there.
of it.
I can see you as a garbage
And let me
man.
tell you this. I'm going to give you another interesting
Go ahead.
fact.
Okay, hold on. Let me
Because
write
I'm-
this. Let me
because
write
I'm
it down.
just-
Let me
I'm
write
just
it
full
down.
of
Interesting
it.
fact.
I'm
Hold
just
on.
full of it.
Let everybody be quiet. Be quiet, everybody. Interesting fact. Grant's talking. All right, go ahead.
Since the NBA's inception, professional basketball, there's been less than 5,000 players to suit up. And I'm talking about guys that are on 10-day contracts that have just been on the team for 1 week. There's been less than 5,000 total players since the day one of professional basketball. Less than 5,000.
Okay. And you're one of them.
And I'm one of them. For the 15 years, I was regarded as one of the best players in the world. That's an interesting stat, I'd have to tell you.
That's pretty good stat.
That's pretty good stat.
That's a pretty good stat. Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
Okay, I'll give you that.
So you've got to recognize who you're sitting next to. I'm not just a slice of bologna over here.
Slice of bologna.
I'm the good stuff.
The good stuff.
Yeah, I'm the good stuff.
What's the good stuff? What is steak?
I don't do steak, but
Well, within.
hog head cheese, Limburger, something like that. I'm that good stuff.
Okay. All I'm saying is, okay, let me ask you this. Who do you think the best team is ever? Ever. Any era.
I would say it'd have to be a team that Kareem Abdul-Jabbar played on, considering he's the best player to ever play.
Oh, so you say Kareem's the best player ever played?
I think anybody with any reasonable amount of sense would say that.
So
Kareem
why is it always LeBron or Jordan? You ever notice that?
Because people are prisoners of the moment. You ask a lot of people who say that about Kareem and Mike or Kareem and LeBron, they haven't seen Kareem play. And you ask them, well, what does Kareem do? And they're reduced to saying, well, he had that sky hook. Well, if you know basketball, then you know he was much more than that.
Yes, he was.
He lost, I think, 2 or 3 games his entire high school career at Power Memorial High School.
Yeah.
He was a 3-time champion. He's a three-time college player of the year. They widened the lane because he was too dominant. He was a 5-time champion. He was a 6-time, 5-time MVP of the league. He was a scoring champion, a scoring leader for the better part of 35 years.
Okay.
I'm sorry you can't tell me that LeBron James is better than him.
I did
or
not
Michael
say.
Jordan.
I did not say he was. I mean, I'm saying there's an
You're
argument,
following the
right?
consensus of what everybody
I'm
else
not
is saying.
following the
Yes, you
consensus.
are.
I didn't even say that. I did not say that. I said, why do people
You're
always?
one of those people.
I am not one of those.
Okay, well, who's
people.
the best?
Who's the best?
Yeah.
Ever?
Yes.
Okay, listen. Let's talk about the Mount Rushmore. Okay, the Mount Rushmore
Is
okay. Of course, you have to have him there. Okay, well, let me ask you this: Why didn't you say Russell? Why didn't you say Bill Russell? Why didn't you say Bill Russell? Pound for pound. Why did you 11 titles?
I'm going to give you again. I'm so big on facts and backing up what I say on facts.
No, you're not. But okay, but I'll give you that.
Imagine there's a corridor, and there's 3 or 4 doors that you have to go in. And let's just say the people that are Bill Russell, Michael Jordan, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and LeBron James.
Okay.
We're all going down this hallway. And on each door is high school, college, and professional.
Okay.
And they say, okay, if you won this many games in high school, you guys come on in this door.
Okay.
So Kareem and Michael, maybe Michael could go in there, maybe not, because Michael was cut off of his junior varsity or varsity team, so maybe he didn't win that many games. I doubt it. So LeBron could probably go in that same room with Kareem. So they leave Michael at that door. Now let's continue on to college. Well, it's LeBron.
LeBron didn't go to college.
Bingo. So LeBron has to stop right there. So Kareem is going through that door by himself. Now let's go on to the pros. Okay. LeBron has snuck around the other side, the outside, him and Michael, to get into the pro door where Kareem is.
Okay.
So now all 3 of them walk through that door, but there's a door that they couldn't go through.
So
I'm saying, so when you look at the body of work that Kareem has done, they're missing a whole lot of it.
So
how can they be regarded as the
wait
greatest?
a minute. We're talking about just pro.
No, you didn't say just pros. You didn't say that. You did not say just pros. If you say we're just talking about pro basketball, you might have a reasonable argument if you're just talking about pros. But if you're talking about the entire body of work, there's nobody that beats Kareem.
Okay.
Nobody. High school, college, and pro, there's nobody that beats Kareem's body of
I'm
work.
not disagreeing with you.
Well, that's why
Okay,
he's
now,
the GOAT.
Mount Rushmore of pro basketball. Four. You can only have 4. Who's your 4?
At the top of it's going to be Kareem.
Okay. You ever meet Kareem?
Oh yeah. I met Kareem.
You never played against him though, right?
Yeah.
You did?
Sure
What
did.
was it like?
It's great.
I mean,
Absolutely wonderful. Here's the thing. That was my rookie year. That was the year he retired after that. They came to Miami. I think he played the first quarter, maybe 5 minutes. Sat down, came out the second half to start, played about 3 minutes of the third quarter, sat back down. but they were up by 25 or 30 points the entire game. He didn't need to play. So that was his existence on that team when they played the Miami Heat. So yeah, it was a great opportunity to see him play.
Now,
play against them.
who was on your team with the Heat in your rookie year? Who was that? Who was on
Ronnie
your team?
Cycli, myself,
Cycli from Syracuse.
Okay. Rory Sparrow,
Okay.
Pat Cummings, the late Pat Cummings.
Oh yeah.
Scott Hastings.
DePaul. Pat Cummings. Was it? Are we talking?
Cincinnati Bearcats. You're thinking of.
Oh.
You're thinking
the other
of
Cummings.
Terry Cummings.
Terry Cummings.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very
Okay.
good player in his own right.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Who else? Who's on the team? Can you name all your team members?
John Shasky,
Shansky.
a local Michigan talent.
Okay.
A couple of other guys who I failed to remember. Kevin Edwards, who was the second player taken by the Miami Heat in the 1988 inaugural draft of the organization.
Number 2?
He was the number 2. Ronnie Cycli was the number 1 player taken.
Wait. So, Cycli was taken before you?
Ronnie Cycli was the first player taken in the organization's history.
Really? Oh,
Then it
that's
was
right.
Kevin Edwards.
Okay.
You know what? If you do anything in life, there's probably going to be a first, second, and third place.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. If you're standing on
It
the
is.
podium, you're getting the medal.
Okay.
Right?
All right.
Would you agree with that?
Yes, I do agree.
I bring that up because, again, I like to base my things on facts.
No, you don't. Everything you say
Ronnie
is not.
Cycli was the first player taken. So let's get the podium up for the Miami Heat right now.
Okay.
In the 1988 draft, Commissioner Stern comes out and says the Miami Heat's going to select Ronnie Cycli as their first player taken. Ronnie stands on the podium. He's at the top. Miami Heat, in their second selection of the 88 draft, take Kevin Edwards. Kevin Edwards, he's sitting on the podium as well. Now, with the third pick of the NBA 88 draft, the Miami Heat select Grant Long.
Okay.
So Grant Long is also on that podium. Like I said, if you're first, second, or third, that's pretty darn good.
It's
in
good.
anything.
It's good.
So I'm on the podium as the third player ever taken in that organization.
Okay.
Again, this
so-
is not just baloney over here you're
so
talking
you think
to.
you're a
baby.
big deal, right?
I'm sort of a big deal,
Oh,
especially in Miami.
Okay.
The only place I'm not a big deal is when I'm sitting next to you. I don't know.
Well,
why
there's a
this
reason
is.
for that. There's a
listen,
reason.
There's a
reason.
There's a store in here. They've got
Look,
this thing that people are doing now.
Every time I watch you play, you lost.
Listen, let me tell you.
And I
something
watched you
right
play
now.
in Port
Let me
Huron,
tell you something.
and you lost.
There's
What do you think I'm supposed
There's
to
a
think?
store in here right now.
Yeah,
and
go
this
ahead.
is big thing going around that people are doing,
What's that?
giving people their flowers now. Go get me some flowers. That's what you ought to
Why you
go in the store right now and get me some flowers.
For
And give me
what?
my flowers right
For
now.
what?
The
What did you
third
do?
player taken by the Miami Heat.
By the Miami Heat.
Third player
Let me ask you a
taken in the
question. Let me ask you a
organization's
question.
history.
Let me ask you a question.
Go get my flowers and give them to me right now.
Let me ask you a question. Were you expected to be the 33rd player taken, or were you surprised? Were you surprised when that happened?
Yeah, I was surprised.
Were you?
Absolutely. I thought I would have been like 4th, 5th, or 6th or somewhere in there.
Wait a minute. 4th or the 6th in the draft?
Absolutely.
What is wrong with you?
Didn't you just hear what I said?
I cannot believe you thought you were going to go in the top 5. What's really?
If people understood basketball and the idiots who were in charge of making the drafts that year, I would have gone 5th. Again, I'll go back to my backing up of my facts. Of that draft, 5 players played 15 years. Top 5 right there.
So it's your agent's fault.
Top 5.
So-
you know, agents don't pick.
No,
It's the
no,
idiots
no.
of the
What was your
organization.
agent telling?
It's the idiots in the organization who say, man, maybe we ought to wait. Maybe he should be first. Maybe he should be second. They got it wrong.
All I'm asking you is this. This is what I'm asking.
I'll give you another example. Again, I like to back up what I say with facts. Do you know who Dan Marley is?
Yeah.
Do you know?
Yes.
That's a pretty
Thunder
big name.
Dan.
Yeah,
Thunder
that's
Dan.
a pretty big name.
Thunder Dan.
Well, let me educate you on something. Dan
Okay.
Marley played in my conference,
Okay.
where he was the runner-up player of the year.
Okay. When was he drafted?
So you're missing what I said. Dan Marley was the runner-up player of the year in our conference.
Okay.
Your next question is supposed to say, well, who won it?
You
Go
won
ahead.
player of the year.
So ask the question.
Okay. Who won player of the year?
Your guess right here. I won the MAC player of the year when Dan was runner-up.
Thunder Dan.
Thunder Dan. He was second fiddle to me. So now let me base the skin on facts. I averaged 23 points and 10 rebounds.
Oh, you were a 23 and 10 guy.
Dan averaged 23 and 9. Dan went 13th or 14th in the NBA draft.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. How do I get all the way down to
Because he's a
33rd?
better shooter.
Okay, well, let me finish. How do you take the guy that was runner-up player of the year in front of the player of the year? Somebody dropped the ball on that. That's just
It's
stupid to
very
me.
simple. It was very simple.
How?
Thunder Dan had a much better shot than you.
Well, how come he didn't win in college when we played against him?
No.
How come he didn't win?
You said team game.
How come he didn't win?
Team game.
I'm
He was a
asking you
better
a
fit.
question. How come he did? I say team game, but you say he's a better
He
shooter.
was a better fit.
How come he didn't win?
He was a better fit.
With who?
With the team that picked him. Who picked him?
Phoenix Suns.
Thank you. And how long did he play? He played a long time
Not
too.
longer than me. Not longer than me.
But what I'm saying is, he was a better shooter.
Okay, now again,
And you know what else?
Again,
He didn't lose in Gus Macker in Port Huron.
Again,
He didn't lose.
Again,
Like somebody
as a well-rounded player that I am,
well-rounded.
keep saying that he could shoot it. What else could he do?
He rebounded some.
Some.
Yes, he played some defense.
Some. What was he known for?
Shooting.
Okay, that's all I'm saying.
Are you telling me it's not a shooter's league?
That's all I'm saying. He's known for one
Are
thing.
you telling me
All
right
I'm
now?
saying he's known for one thing. He's
Are
known
you-
for shooting.
Are you telling me
I'm
now?
a 5'2" guy.
Okay, how many assists do you have? Not that many.
Okay, I'll give you another example once again.
Here we go.
I keep stating this and saying
Here
it.
we go.
It's falling on deaf ears.
Here we go.
I back up what I say with facts.
Go ahead.
There was a guy that played for the Miami Heat who was ranked number 2 or number 1 in steals until maybe 3 years ago. You know who that guy is?
Who?
He's sitting next to you. So when you ask me, did I play defense? I was ranked number 1 in steals on the Miami Heat until about 3 years ago, where Dwayne Wade passed me.
Dwayne Wade. Okay.
I'm just saying. I'm backing up what I say here, man.
You're backing up about this
Again,
much.
You thinking you got just sliced bologna over here, man? I'm
I
telling
did
you.
not say you were sliced, but no. Maybe spam. But I'm just
You need
saying.
to go over there to the floors and get me my flowers.
For what?
Hey, give me my flowers now.
For what?
Because that's what people are doing. They're saying, we want to give you your flowers now. Give me my flowers.
Look, all I'm saying is.
Before I push up daisies.
All I'm
give me
saying
my
is-
flowers.
Okay. I think Thunder Dan ended up with more points than you.
You know, typically
Did he?
when you shoot more, you're going to have more.
So you weren't a good shooter. That's what I said.
No, I just played the other parts of the game. Who's a better shooter, Glenn Rice or Dan Marley?
Ooh, Glenn Rice.
Bingo. So who's the smarter player? If I got Glenn Rice on my team, why do I need to shoot? It would be my job to get him the ball, don't you think?
To take
Exactly.
pressure. To take.
Get him the ball because that's what he does. He shoots and makes them.
So what you're saying.
So I don't need to shoot all the balls because I got the best shooter on my team in Glenn Rice.
So what you're saying. Okay, so you did not take pressure off the other shooters because you couldn't shoot.
No. I took pressure off the other shooters because I would rebound their misses. That's where I alleviated the pressure. When you miss, don't worry about it. I got the rebound. That's how we function as a team.
I recall you losing a lot of games. Your team.
Yeah, we lost our first 17 games in a row my rookie season.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
We lost our first 17.
I know that. That's a
You
lot
did
of
not
games.
know that.
I did know that. Everybody
You
knows that.
spewed out we lost games, but you had no
I
idea.
said a lot of games.
You had, what's a lot?
A lot. 17?
That's a lot.
17 games.
That's a lot.
Let me ask you this. Because you guys were an expansion team.
That's right, 17 in a row.
Right. You're an expansion team. Okay. So the question is, what was going on in the locker room at that time? I mean, you know,
Party time, baby. Party
no,
time.
it wasn't party time. If you're losing like that, how is that? I mean, when it got to like 7,
Imagine
8,
this. None of us, no guy on our team at that point. I didn't lose 17 college games my entire career.
I know.
And we lost our first 17 in the NBA.
I know. How'd you feel?
Well, as there were about 6 guys that were on our team that were from the expansion draft. They were veteran players. They probably had to feel like crap.
Okay.
But for us being brand new players in the NBA, it was like, okay, we've got to take our lumps. Nobody expects us to just come in winning. We've got to learn how to win. We're a brand new team.
No, I get that.
We were taking our lumps and understanding that, okay, we're getting close. We're getting close. We're getting close. When we lost our first game to the Los Angeles Clippers, that was opening night, we proceeded to lose 16 more games. And we went out on the West Coast, and that same Clipper team that we lost to on opening night, that's who we broke the streak against on the road in their building. So we learned a whole lot about perseverance, about not giving up, about not pointing the finger at, hey, this is why we lost, you guys didn't do this. We stuck together as a team, and when it all came together, it really came down to us working as a unit, because we needed to execute a play on the offensive end, and we came down, we got the shot that we wanted, we made the basket, but we also now we needed to get a stop because the Clippers had the ball on the final possession, so we had to play and execute great defense, and we all came together as a team and made that happen. So not only did we win that game, we also won a close game, which tells you that you are growing, and we grew from that moment.
But what was the locker room like at that time? After you get 7 losses, 8 losses, 9 losses.
Well, it's never really, it's on the players, but players are going to continue to just work extremely hard. The coaches at that point have to find a way to be creative in your practices. There's two things that a coach really gets paid for.
Okay.
Think about this. The hardest thing for a coach to do is coach a team that's winning. Because they feel like they're doing everything right because they're winning. So what are you coaching?
Okay.
Second part of that is, how do you coach a team that's losing? Yeah, you've got a lot of things to work on, but now you got to work on the psyche of the team, because obviously if we're losing that many games, coach, whatever you're trying to put out there is not working. So we don't believe in you anymore. So now as a coach, you got to find a way to make sure that your team does not become separated, that they still believe in the system that you're putting out there, and somehow stay together and just make it work.
So how did you guys stay together with that kind of losing streak?
Because we had a coach, a very good coach, who found a way to be creative in his practice. Ron Rothstein, former Detroit Piston assistant coach.
Yeah.
So we had an opportunity to, as a coach, he was creative in practice. Sometimes he would maybe take a little bit off. We wouldn't practice as hard, but we always practiced on executing. You just had to find a way or get a pulse on your team to know that, hey, these guys are down today. Maybe we don't need to drive them as hard. Give them a reason, an incentive to come back and practice or play hard the next game. So as a coach, you have to find that delicate balance.
So, but you personally, how did you feel yourself with that kind of streak? I mean, did you ever doubt your ability during that time? I mean, did you ever think, I'm not doing enough? Can I do more? Is this way over my head?
Not one time did I ever think that. Not one time did I ever think that, because the one thing that I've always maintained since I started playing basketball, when I played, I gave you everything I had. Because I remember early on, a coach told me, if you ask yourself the question when the game is over, you could have done something or done more, then you didn't give it your all.
Okay.
I asked myself that question every time I played when I sat down in my locker. Is there anything I could have done more? And the answer was always no.
Okay.
So I was really good. Yeah, I wanted to win, but there was nothing more I could have done. You could say, well, if I went 7 of 12 shooting that night, you can't ask a player to make every shot. It's not even possible. It's not reality to ask a player to make every shot. So if I missed 7 shots, I missed 7 shots. I'm not going to be down on myself because I missed 7 shots, because nobody's expected to make every shot.
Okay.
Sorry, that's just the way it goes.
No, I get it. What about injuries? What kind of injuries? You played 15 years. Was there any significant?
I sprained an ankle that saw me miss about 25 games.
Wow.
I had a sprained knee that saw me miss about 10 games. And then I had a concussion that had protocol that I had to miss 2 weeks. But those were my only significant injuries.
So they actually had concussion protocol back then?
Oh, yeah.
I don't even recall that.
Yep.
So what was it like when you were playing against the bad boys?
Very, very nice. Very, very nice. Well, you got to think about this. Being from the Michigan area,
Okay.
whenever I had summers off, I came back and played against all those guys. When we played pickup during the summer, I was always playing against those guys anyway. So I knew all of them. You know,
Okay.
we played out at Oakland University just about every day during the summer, and I saw all those guys.
Okay. So your off season, you were coming back.
Yeah, playing with all those guys. I'll give you a real interesting story. My rookie season. Now, I'm bringing you on the inside now.
Okay, all
Consider-
right.
consider
Hold
yourself
on. Let
privileged.
me make a note. Let me inside.
Your pen should be out of ink by now. Notes that
Okay,
you've
all
taken.
right, I got it. I got
You
it.
ought to be writing this down.
You
You need a
absolutely-
stenographer over here.
That's true. It's being recorded. Liam's got it.
So listen.
All right.
Interesting story. I told you that I had been playing with the bad boys throughout. Even in college, I was playing with those guys. So I come back. We're playing at the Palace, and Rick Mahorn is on the team. One of the original
Yeah.
bad boys, along with Bill
Yeah.
Lambier.
Yeah.
And if you think back and think about all the hard fouls that Rick Mahorn committed,
Yes.
he should be in jail somewhere.
Yes.
Okay.
Used to mug people.
So I get a steal on one side of the floor, and I'm headed to the basket. And Rick Mahorn is on a beeline coming to stop me from getting to the basket. And I got about maybe 4 or 5 dribbles. But in that time, I'm getting to the basket. I'm thinking, go to the basket and lay it up. But I'm also looking at Rick Mahorn saying, and in that 5 seconds or 6 seconds it took me to get to the basket, every hard play that he ever committed played in my mind. And I'm saying to myself, I'm about to get it. He is about to lay the wood on me
Right.
really, really, really hard. And that was the only time that I can say in my 15-year NBA career that I went to the basket with my eyes closed.
Really?
I literally got to the basket and closed my eyes
'Cause
and
you
waited,
thought he was gonna nail you.
waited on him to just clobber me.
What'd he do?
And I fell to the floor, and he's standing over me with that smile and that gap between his teeth. He said, I wasn't going to hit you. That simply said that I wasn't going to hit you. Come on, Little Long. That's what he called me, Little Long. He said, I wasn't going to get you. I laid on the floor against the backstop. Ball went out of bounds. The official was saying, blowing the whistle, going the other way. And I just missed the layup. I said, anticipating him fouling me.
Because, okay.
His reputation preceded him. I thought he was going to clobber me, and he never touched me, and I fell down. Eyes closed.
All right. So that's a good story.
Sort of like when we play. You know how you go, you close your eyes and hope the ball goes in?
When we play.
Yeah,
When we play, you know, the only time I've watched you play locally, you've lost. And then the other thing is
you don't have good
won't-
reception on your television,
You
do
won't.
you?
No, I just.
Because I've won quite a bit. Maybe you wasn't watching all those times.
First of all, you'll never want to play me in basketball or pickleball or tennis.
I'm not old enough to play pickleball. Sorry.
Sorry, the average age is 34. Just so you know.
Yeah, I'm not old enough to play pickleball. Yeah.
Okay. Now let me ask you this. So you have players who. What kind of advice do you give players who they're so in college, but they still want to play professional ball? Because, you know, some people are late bloomers, right? Okay, so what advice do you give them? What do you tell a player when other people are telling them that they're too small, they're too slow, maybe back then? What do you tell them?
Well, that's not a tough question, but it's hard to deliver that to young people today because they have their eyes, and so many people now, more so than ever, are telling them how good they are. So many people are telling them, hey, you're ranked number this and this and this in the country, when those rankings are just a bunch of hogwash to begin with. So you gotta be real with yourself and go back to the root of why. You gotta ask yourself why you play this game.
Yeah.
If you play it for anything other than because you want to compete against the best, you want to get better, you want to, because you love to play the game and you play it without being paid for it, you got to ask yourself why you play the game. And if you come up with the reason of because I want to make money, you're going to fail.
They're in it for the wrong reason.
If you come in to say I play this game because the cheerleaders like me or I like the roar of the crowd, you're playing for the wrong reasons. And at some point, it's going to tell on you because you're going to come across a player like me who just plays because they like to be competitive and they want to win. Everything else is a byproduct of me winning. The money. Think about this. If you play for the money, you're giving your success a reason to stop. Because when you get it, you might even get it, but when you get it, you got what you played for. Now there's no more reason to play or give your all because you got what you played for, which is why you see a lot of guys in their first 3 years get a contract, and then you don't see them anymore because they were playing to get, I want to get mom a house, I'm going to get me a car, I'm going to get this much money. When they get that contract, because you're playing well enough to possibly get it, but when you get it, now you give it a reason to stop because that's all you were playing for. So when you start off playing for the right reasons, you will continue to play and play well.
Look at that.
You'll continue to play and play well.
So, okay. So in other words, you're saying you need to have a passion for the game.
That's the one thing that you ask any coach that he wishes that he could teach players, it would be passion. You can teach a guy how to shoot, you can teach him how to make free throws, you can teach him how to box out, you can teach him how to run sprints faster, but you can't give a guy passion. You just have to have that. Can't teach passion.
So, who was the biggest trash talker you've ever been on the court with?
Wow. Larry Bird was big. But
Now, you played against Bird.
Ken Norman, you guys probably don't even recognize that name. Ken Norman was a huge trash talker. He was on that Clipper team that beat us the first time out, but we beat them 17 games later.
Okay.
But he ended up being my teammate as an Atlanta Hawk, but he was a huge trash talker. Huge trash talker.
So you're telling me that, okay, wait. So, you've played against Bird, Larry
I did.
Bird. What was that like?
Very good. I got Bird toward the end of his career. He had a sore back. He wasn't playing a whole lot of minutes, but he was still very, very, very good. It was interesting because those are the guys that you grew up watching and saying, boy, if I could, have an opportunity to play against that guy, boy, what would that be like? And when you get the opportunity and it's everything you thought it would be, he's as good as you thought he was, he's as great as you thought he was, he's as legendary as you thought he was. All of those things happen in that moment that you're playing them. He was like that. Magic Johnson. I remember playing against Robert Parrish. And even in my last years, I called him Mr. Parrish. That's how much respect I had for him. Mr. Parrish, how are you? Come to the jump circle, shake his hand, Mr. Parrish, nice to see you. And even when I see him today, I call him Mr. Parrish. That's how much respect I have for the guys who played
What's he doing
before
now?
me. I don't think he's doing anything. He's somewhere in Lafayette, Louisiana. I think that's where he's from.
The Chief.
Living the good life.
Yeah. Wow. So, what made you get into broadcasting? Were you always going to do broadcasting?
No, I was not.
What were you going to do?
And the story's probably too long to tell you.
Well, cut it down then.
And
I know that's hard.
I don't have a condensed version because I'm always backing up what I say with facts, as you probably already know.
You say that a lot about facts, and usually when people say that this is a fact, they're lying usually.
No,
or they're
the
not.
fact means that you're telling the truth.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
But they're inaccurate.
You see how short my nose is?
When
I noticed yours is exceedingly long.
Admit you lost here in the Gus Macker tournament. 3-on-3, you lost.
I didn't say I didn't lose. I said I provided someone a great lifelong memory.
No.
That's what I did.
But you lost.
In losing, I provided someone a lifelong memory.
No, I was at the game. I was at the game.
There's a whole lot of people at the game. They all came to see me play.
Oh, they did.
Yeah,
and they saw you lose.
And what better way to reward them by saying, I'm going to give you guys a lifelong memory. And that's what I did.
You did. But see, I used that in my presentation.
You should. See what I did for you?
How you lost.
See what I did for you?
How this current NBA player lost in Port Huron, Michigan.
You know what that means? You ever heard of that term, the gift that keeps on giving? 37 years later, that gift that I gave you guys is still giving. You're using it right now. That gift is still giving.
I'm using it.
Grinch.
I'm using it,
of course,
for one reason.
But it's a gift that I gave you. And
I'm using it because it was such a shock that you lost.
I need to bring it. I got to get a third guy in here.
Loser.
I need to get a third guy in here to show you and illustrate to you what a great guy I am and how you should be presenting me with my flowers every time I sit at this table. How I blessed you with a lifelong memory that you are still using today.
Oh, I'm using it.
I need more gratitude and less attitude. That's what I need from you, Doc.
I'm saying that be honest. After that loss, how did you feel?
If I might put on my Abraham Lincoln sideburns and mustache and beard, I'm going to be honest.
Okay, go ahead.
I felt like I provided a great
Oh,
memory
here we
for
go.
the
Why
folks
do
of
you
Port
keep
Huron. I left out of here saying, these people will remember me the rest of their lives. And it's your evidence that they have.
A loser.
As evidence of you, they have remembered me the rest of their lives.
A loser. And you guys were favored to win the game. You were supposed to win.
Listen.
And you lost. You were an NBA player.
Seabiscuit was favored to win the Kentucky Derby. There's a bumper sticker I saw coming in here, as a matter of fact. It had something on the back talking about something happens. Yeah, it does. There's a reason that bumper sticker is popular.
You were supposed to win that game. You had a cocky team.
Who said? Did DraftKings say that?
No, DraftKings didn't say that. You know who said it? You know who said it? Okay, the fact that you were a current NBA player playing in the toughest league, okay, in the world,
You're backing it up with facts now.
Okay,
like
in the world,
yep.
And there's only 3 players on the team. It's 3-on-3, and you lost.
Yeah, but you know what? When you think about it, I'm going to go back to again, providing that memory. Imagine how embarrassed those folks would have been if I just turned it up and just shut everything down.
Oh, no. You scored every time you got the ball.
Do you remember how when Kareem was dominating and they said, you know what, he's too good, we're going to widen the lane?
No, they did that to Chamberlain.
They did that to Chamberlain and Wilt. They told him, or Kareem, they told him he couldn't dunk. So imagine me and the Gus Macker turning up my NBA prowess. It would have just shut everything down. What fun would that be?
I don't see that.
That would be like me taking my ball and going home.
I don't see that shutting down. All you did, you never took an outside shot. Every shot you took was like from 2 feet out. That was it.
Again, that would be like me taking my ball and going home. You want the other people to be able to play.
But you lost the game. I paid good money for that game. To go to that game.
And you know what? You know how come it was worth it? Because you're using that game today, some 37 years later, to prove a point.
How an NBA player
I tell you what, you
lost.
got your money's worth. You got your money's worth out of that.
Well,
you can thank me later. It's okay.
How are you turning this around?
Because I was always taught you turn a negative into a positive. There's no such thing as losing.
You positively lost.
There's no such thing as losing.
Lost.
No such thing as losing.
Did you guys play again?
It's a learning experience.
Y'all did not win.
I wouldn't call it a loss. It's a learning. It's a reason. It's an opportunity to grow. It's a learning experience. You know, like when you were young, and you fell off your bike. You got back on it.
Maybe.
Yeah, exactly. You learned.
Look.
It's a learning experience.
Oh, you mean like the 17 in a row, y'all?
We learned a lot through that 17 losses. We learned a lot about ourselves. Learned about a team, the league. We learned a lot.
What did your players say after you guys lost in them Gus Macker? What did they a 3-on-3 tournament? What did they say? Were they pointing fingers?
You know honestly what they said?
What?
I'm gonna give you the truth.
Okay.
Here's what they said.
What?
When we lost, and they said, since you in the NBA, you going to buy lunch, right? I said, yeah, come on, guys, let's go. We went and got something to eat. We got something to drink. Headed on back home. Had a great time. And they said, you know what? When the season starts, we're coming to Miami. I said, of course you are. So that was a great day for us. That's what basketball does. It builds friendships, lifelong friendships, camaraderie, and we got all of that out of that
loss.
Yeah. Oh, it was
really.
Great. Like I said, you keep saying loss, and I say learning experience. That's the difference between a loser and someone who learns from experiences.
I don't see how you turn this stuff around.
You have to, but you have to turn things around. If you let it fester as a loss, it's going to eat you from the inside.
How do you live with this, man?
But if you are a positive person, you turn it as a learning experience. You understand what I'm saying? I'm trying to teach you something here. I'm trying to teach you something. Where's your pencil and pad? You need to be writing this stuff down. This is the opportunity for you to clap. Give me a hand clap. You should have been clapping a long time ago. Yeah, you should be clapping right now because I gave you some nuggets.
Well, ladies and gentlemen.
If there was a such thing as a standing ovation, I'd get it right now.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're here at Birchwood Mall, and I've been talking with someone who claims they played in the NBA, Grant Long. talking about the championships he won, championship conference. No NBA ring, no Port Huron Gus Macker title, no NCAA title.
I'm gonna let you in on something.
Okay, here we go.
The toilet bowl trophy for Gus Macker is actually better than the trophy. So I don't know what you're talking about. I'd rather have the toilet bowl.
I don't know.
I'd rather have that one.
My team won 21 titles. 21.
Okay. I bet you don't have a toilet bowl.
No.
Yeah.
No, you don't want one of
You're missing
them.
something then. You're missing something. That toilet bowl is much better looking than the regular trophy.
Okay.
That's a fact.
We're going to, the Cougars practice is over, and we are going to sign off. Thanks for listening. Anything you want to say, anything to people there, Grant?
You guys don't know it yet, but he's promised to go get my flowers, and he's going to give me my flowers.
I'm going to give him some flowers.
When we go off the air, he's going to give me my flowers.
I'm going to give him some flowers. Thanks, Liam. Bye, folks. Look at this. Look. Hold on.
Give me my flowers.
Hold on.
You have to give them to me.
Take a picture. Here. Take a picture. Come here. Take a picture. Man. Here we go. Here you go, Grant. Hey, Grant got his flowers. Here we go. Oh my God. Unbelievable. Were you listening to it? Oh my goodness. I know, right?
Oh my God, Grant, I don't know how you put up with this.
Wait. Whoa. See? Look at that.
Down goes Frazier.
See? Nah, it's not broke.